This video is brought to you by Skillshare. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can shoot a watch commercial using your phone. I'm going to show you some incredibly budget techniques that will replicate that premium product look. I'll show you lighting techniques, how to add movement to your shots, and much, much more. It's coming up. Hey everyone, Steve here from Learn Online Video, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can shoot a premium looking product video using your phone. I'm going to be shooting this watch, but these techniques will work on just about anything. I'm going to show you behind the scenes footage, walk you through the process, teach you these techniques so that you can create your own. I'm then going to edit all of these shots together to create a short commercial using music and sound effects that I'll show you at the end of this video. But with that out of the way, let's jump straight into this tutorial, run through the setup and create a checklist of things that you'll need. Starting with a laundry basket. Stole this one from my wife. I'm going to flip it upside down and use it as a plinth to put my watch on. Use the same or something similar. Next up, a piece of black perspex. Pick this up on Amazon for around about £4, and this is really going to help us achieve that premium look. Background. For this shoot, I really want to create a dark environment, so I'm going to hang this old black sheet in the background to help darken the mood. Lighting. The only light I'll be using is this small LED. Camera setup. Now, I'm going to be shooting everything on the iPhone 11. Yes, I know what you're going to say. The iPhone 11 isn't a budget phone, and you're absolutely right. It's not, but it is the phone that I have, and I encourage you to do the same. If you've got the iPhone 6, just use that, or maybe you've got the iPhone 5 or an Android. Just use that, okay? It really doesn't matter. Just use what you have. Yes, you might not get the crispest image possible, but you'll definitely be able to achieve a very similar look. Camera settings. I'm going to be using my iPhone's native camera app and shooting everything in 4K 60 frames per second. 4K, that way I can zoom in on my image without losing any detail in the edit if needed. 60 frames per second, that way I can slow my footage down in the edit to help smooth it out if needed. If your phone doesn't shoot 4K 60 frames per second, just shoot in 1080 24 frames per second. Seriously, that is absolutely fine. Again, just use what you have. And of course, I've got the watch, which a friend of mine was very kind enough to lend me for the day. Cheers, Tom. Now, I do have a couple of secret weapons that I'll be introducing to this setup later, and this is really going to help take the footage to the next level. But that's it for now. That's enough to get started. These are the basics. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get our camera nice and close to our watch. This is why I've used this upside down laundry basket as a plinth, is it allows me to get my camera nice and close to my focal point. If the watch was in the middle of a table, it'd be much harder for me to get my camera nice and close. Now we're starting really basic here, okay? No camera movement in this shot whatsoever, but we will be adding movement with light. Now I'm going to switch off the lights and hit record. I've locked my focus and exposure, and I'm now simply going to use this small LED light and wave it over the watch like this. I'm going to move it in a way that reveals the watch. Experimentation is key with this. Also note, I've used a piece of blue tack to help the watch stay upright, but don't worry because we won't see this in any of the shots. It will always be behind the watch and never seen in the final video. The key to this lighting technique is to reveal the watch with light without seeing the light itself. Here is an example of the correct technique. Watch revealed, looks great. And here's an example of the same technique. Watch is revealed, but we see the reflection of the light. Not so great. The less we see the light, the better. Also, whilst we're talking about light, make sure that your backdrop is far enough away so that you don't get any light spill. In this shot here, the light hits the backdrop and reveals it. This looks terrible. Whereas in this shot, the light moves, but nothing spills onto the backdrop, so everything remains black. Much better. Also, the reason I'm using this piece of black perspex is because it creates a really nice reflection of the watch. This will add another layer of interest to our focal point and give it a much more premium feel compared to if I were to put the watch on a piece of black card. Now, once you've got the hang of this, it's simply a case of mixing up your angles and shots. Try some looking down at your watch, try some where the whole watch is in frame, and try some really close-up macro shots to capture all the details. Also, if your phone is struggling to get nice close-up detailed shots, then it may be that your phone just isn't capable, in which case I can highly recommend getting one of these. This is a clip-on macro lens for your phone, and it literally just clips on to the front like that, allowing you to get nice close-up detailed macro shots. Again, pick this up relatively cheap on Amazon. I will link it below. Now, if you're looking to learn more about video production and mobile filmmaking for free, then I have got you covered, because I've teamed up with the kind folks over at Skillshare, and they're offering the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives. It offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative people just like us on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and much, much more. If you're a creative looking to learn, explore, and discover new things, then Skillshare is the place to do it. Skillshare literally has thousands of classes to help you grow as a creative. Gain those extra skills needed to turn your hobby into a career, land those clients you've always wanted to work with, make more money, and be more creative. Whatever your goal when it comes to creativity, Skillshare can help you get there. With classes to fit your schedule and skill level for less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, you can binge knowledge to your heart's content. And as mentioned, the first 1,000 people to use my link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So you've got nothing to lose. Use the link, take a class, soak up some knowledge, and get creative. Okay, we've experimented with moving light, but now let's move our camera. And there's a little trick that I like to do, especially when I'm shooting solo. I'm going to loosen the tilt friction on my tripod, point my camera up, and then just let it naturally tilt down whilst moving my light. Let's see that again. Tilt camera up, let it fall, and move the light. We've now added double movement to our shot. The camera is moving as well as the light. Now, if all of this sounds a little bit too intimidating for you and a bit too challenging, maybe you're worried about not getting nice, smooth shots, then I can highly recommend using something like this. This is a mini motorized camera slider, and what this will do is move your camera for you, but it will move it in a really smooth and consistent way. It's a little bit like having your own camera operator with you. This will move your camera and free you up to move your light. This is the Smarter Mini Slider, by the way. Again, I will link all gear used in this video in the description below. And now let's add movement to the watch. And there are a number of different ways that we can do this, but my preferred method is to rotate my focal point. Now, there are specific products out there designed to rotate things for videography purposes, but I'm trying to do this on a budget and they can be a little bit pricey. So instead, I jumped on eBay and picked up this second-hand fishing game for a couple of quid. And here it is. Now, I don't need the fish, but I do need this bit here. I'm going to put this on top of my laundry basket, put a roll of duct tape on top of that. This will help my Perspex spin, then add my Perspex and watch, switch it on, and voila! We now have a rotating watch. With my watch now spinning, I can hit record and move my light. This is really going to take this footage to the next level and help me achieve that premium watch commercial look. So I now have all the shots that I need to create a short watch commercial. So let's put all this footage on the timeline, add some music, sound effects, and color grading, and see what results we get. So what did you think? Not bad, right? For something that was shot using a phone, totally achievable for you to do the same. That edit was relatively straightforward. I just used one layer of music, one layer of sound design, which was the ticking clock, and then it was just a case of adding cuts and cross dissolves between each of those shots. If you'd like me to break down how I edited that sequence, do let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more content like this, learn more about video production, then you can do that by watching one of my other videos just over there. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.